Back at Red Wilson Field for Game 29 of the YD Red Sox season, currently sliding on their longest losing streak of the year at 3 games. The Red Sox look to rebound against a team fighting in the middle of the pack in the West Division as the Falmouth Commodores pay a visit to Red Wilson Field. Luke Poley, Perri Kitei alongside Perri. Yesterday, disappointing offensive effort for YD. They got 4 hits and just 1 run against the league's best team, the Kitei Cavaliers, in an eventual 7-1 loss. This team has been sliding. They did some stuff pregame, hoping to get all of that mojo gone, and there's been rain in the forecast today. They've tightened up the field a little bit, but just hoping they can rebound here on their home turf against a Falmouth team that they've seen a good amount of, considering it's a cross-division opponent this season.
Yeah, Luke, the past 3 games have been an offensive struggle for a team that has been one of the best offensive teams in the league all year. Happy to see them back at home today. Home is where YD has played their best baseball, and today we've been talking about it all day. There's some strong weather moving through the area. There was some rain earlier, hopefully going to hold off so we can get through at least a good chunk of this game, but there are some heavy winds blowing outwards today, so I think there's going to be a lot of action in the outfield, and these balls are going to carry further than they would on a normal day.
YD 10-3-1 this season at Red Wilson Field. They will look to stay hot here in South Yarmouth against a Falmouth Commodore team that has a winning record on the road this year at 7-5-2. Getting the ball for the Red Sox, it's Jackson Kent, the same pitching matchup as the last time these two teams met. Kent's counterpart on the other side is Ryan McCarroll from Wheaton College. Jackson Kent, the lefty from Arizona, will start things off on the bump for the YD Red Sox. And John Spikerman will lead things off for the Commodores. Spikerman, the Oklahoma Sooner, climbs into the righty box. Cloud coverage overhead, small crowd here, but the first pitch comes home just like normal. Strike 1 as we are underway. Off we go from Red Wilson Field here at 4:45. Kent working quickly as the 0-1 drops down and in. Spikerman hit .270 for the Sooners this past year. He's hitting .223 here on Cape Cod with 1 home run and 11 driven in. And he swings at the 1-1 and sends it over on the left side. That's a base hit into left field. Past the diving effort from Xander Darby, who's back over to the hot corner, and Spikerman gets a leadoff hit for the Commodores in the first. Now Travis Bazzana in.
Falmouth has been red hot coming into today. They're 7-3 in their last number of games. Their last loss was against an even more red hot Kitei team. An interesting matchup of momentum between these two teams.
First pitch is yanked outside. Runner goes. The throw down from Garza bounces out towards center field. It was backed up by Brady Day. New man behind the plate for YD as Manny Garza gets his first appearance of the season for the Red Sox, a new signing. Nearly had Spikerman that time, but off the bounce. Maybe some field conditions playing into that one as well. It got away from second base. Bunt is squared on the 1-0 and missed.
Falmouth is being aggressive really early here. Yesterday we saw YD not have as much success behind the plate as well. Ryan Stafford had a couple overthrows into center field, but Manny Garza making his first start today. He caught 22 runners stealing in 47 attempts in 2023 for Rice.
1-1 skips away. That'll advance the runner to third. And a wild pitch makes it a 2-1 count to Bazzana, who was named a Cape League All-Star this afternoon. He's got a prime chance to drive in his 15th run of the season. The .351 hitter's got a runner on third and a favorable count. Lots of room up the middle for the Oregon State Beaver. Pitch, and he rolls it up the first base side and just foul. Mentioned Garza's success. He was one of the best in the nation at throwing runners out on the base paths, but hasn't gotten a clean one yet. One got by him, the other one just trickled away. There was a late jump, and His throw was not in time. The 2-2 grounded over second base side. This will score a run. Day up with it, throws on to first, and in time. It is there for out number 1. Run scores as Spikerman comes across, and Bazana collects the RBI on the ground out.
Number 6, Kyle DeBarge.
You can see when Brady Day scooped that ball, there was a slight slide, and it was actually closer play than you thought. I think we'll see a lot of that today. This field was hammered by heavy rain that came through during pregame. It's cleared up now, but the field still suffered.
First pitch strike in there to Kyle DeBarge. Coaching staff said pregame probably the worst spot on the field is over near short. The 0-1 loops in there for strike 2. You can see the infield a little bit spotty. They threw some more dirt on top of the muddy stuff underneath. And that was the attempt to try and dry it up as best they could. Did a decent job, all things considered. It rained pretty hard here for about 15 to 20 minutes. Didn't know if we were going to get this game in, but things have cleared up, and the field is certainly playable. 1-2 jammed over to second. Brady Day is there, and he makes the catch on the fly for out number 2.
The designated hitter for the Wallace Community College, number 29, Cade Snell.
Cade Snell in now for Falmouth. Bases are empty. They lead 1-0 thanks to the RBI from Travis Bazana. He brought in John Spikerman. Snell the two-way. Lays off on the initial offering. Started his college career at Auburn, transferred to Wallace Community College, where he hit .396 this past spring. He holds off down low, and it's 2-0.
He never actually played at Auburn. He took a redshirt freshman year, and Wallace Community College is in Dothan, Alabama, his hometown.
Breaking ball misses high for ball 3. Hitting .357 this year. Rio is in there for strike 1.
Snell has gone 2 for 5 overall versus YD pitching in his matchups against the Red Sox.
And he takes off the plate for ball 4. 2-out walk extends the inning. As Cade Snell, who was also named an All-Star for Falmouth, works the walk. Walker Yannick now coming to the plate at an extended delay as he was over by the dugout. Runner on first with 2 gone. Very light crowd here at Red Wilson Field. First pitch nearly hits Yannick for ball 1. Not braving the rain necessarily for now. There is some more rain in the forecast later. There's a chance that this game gets played to completion before that comes. There's a chance it doesn't.
As long as it gets through 5, it counts.
1-0 pitch. Lifted on the right side and foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yannick steps back in, the Sam Houston State Bearcat from Portland, Texas. Lifts this one, middle of the infield, backing up from second. Brady Day squeezes it, and the side is retired. Falmouth converts on the leadoff single as John Spikerman comes across, and the Commodores take an early lead as we head to the home half of the first. YD brings Apodaca Hardy Hines to the plate to start things off when we come back. You're watching YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast.
Leading off for the Red Sox.
1-0 Commodores, bottom of the first inning here from Red Wilson Field. Enzo Apodaca leads off for YD. The Cape League All-Star in the portal out of Gonzaga. Hit .288 through just over one half of the year. Enzo takes in the dirt for ball one. Ryan McCarroll back to the bump. Mentioned off the top, this is the same pitching matchup as the last time these two teams met. McCarroll versus Jackson Kent. Pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Apodaca was named one of 6 YD All-Stars today. We'll see him next weekend at Harwich during the All-Star game.
Swings and misses at the 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes. YD well represented on the All-Star team. Red Sox had 6 selections, 4 position players and 2 pitchers. The 1-2 is outside. Hines, Austin, Day, Apodaca, Finley, and Beidelshees for the Red Sox. And also an honorable mention, if you will, to Nick Mitchell, who made the All-Star game as a member of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. This is a grounder over towards second. Backhand field by Bazana. Throws across his body in time to beat out the speedy Apodaca for out number 1.
Travis Bazana, an all-star starter of his own, the Australian out of Oregon State. He is absolutely phenomenal and has been one of Falmouth's best players. Definitely earned that starting spot next Saturday.
Theo Hardy at the plate. Swings at the initial offering, comes up empty for strike 1. He led off yesterday for the Red Sox, part of a 1-for-3 day with a single, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Grounder up the middle, coming over from short. Keelan has it in the glove and on to first. He beats out Hardy for out number 2.
The designated hitter.
Keelan was pinched in towards second on that, really well placed to make the play on another day that might have snuck through if Keelan was in a regular position.
Now Hunter Hines, another all-star for YD. And he takes down in the dirt for ball 1. Hines has been on a bit of a cold streak lately. Hitless over his last few. Rolls over the 1-0 offering. .268 hitter this season. 9 home runs, 30 driven in. Takes a strike at the top part of the zone. 1-2 from McCarroll, who is yet to give up an earned run this season through 5 innings pitched. That one's just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McCarroll, one of few Division III players, very select few in this league. The 2-2 comes in for ball 3 at a Wheaton College in Clifton Park, New York. Second team All-American at the Division III level. Payoff to Hines. Got it off the end of the bat foul. And we'll do it again. McCarroll was the new MAC pitcher of the year. As a freshman, his ERA at Wheaton was 7.56. This year as a sophomore, he improved it to 1.89. Another 3-2, cut on and miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. Red Sox go down 1-2-3 to Ryan McCarroll. And Falmouth holds on to a 1-0 lead after an inning of play. The second we go from Red Wilson Field. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Brady Day, Leighton Finley.
All-Stars being recognized here at Red Wilson Field, top of the second inning, as Falmouth leads YD 1-0. Commodores will bring the 6-7-8 up to the plate. Luke Heyman leading off. Cuts and misses at the first offering for strike one.
Heyman was on the roster the last time these two teams faced each other, but had not yet arrived. This is his first time facing YD out of Florida.
Takes the ball high, 238 hitter through his first 21 at bats on Cape Cod.
Was an all-SEC freshman team selection.
Broken bat, slow roller to third. Darby's going to have to hurry it to first, and it's a bouncer, but it's scooped by Gleed. And that's the first out of the inning.
The shortstop at the University of Louisville, number 5, Gavin Keelan.
That brings up Gavin Keelan, the Louisville Cardinal. He's finished up his freshman year out of Milton, Wisconsin. Hitting over 300, batting 1,000 against Jackson Kent so far. He squares to bunt and pulls it back for ball one. Kent has been one of YD's better pitchers. He was a late arrival. He's only thrown 11 1/3 innings. 1-0 bounces in, 2 balls, no strikes. 1.59 ERA and 15 batters fanned over that 11 1/3 for the Arizona Wildcat. Breaking ball finds the zone on the 2-0 offering, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch rolled over to first. Gleed waits back on it, puts the stop sign up to Kent, will take it to the bag himself and tap on it for the second out of the inning.
The left fielder at the Dallas Baptist University, number 14, Nathan Humphreys.
Keelan goes down quickly. He's an all-star of his own. Falmouth has 5 of them representing the West Division. Bazana is the only starter for Falmouth, but Keelan, Kate Snell, Joey Ryan, and Garrett Coe, 2 pitchers on the back end, will be there as well.
Nathan Humphreys cuts and misses on the first pitch for strike one. And takes ball one down in the dirt. Humphreys out of Dallas Baptist. Played last summer for the Holly Springs Salamanders in the Coastal Plain League. Swings and misses at the back foot breaking ball. His father played the majors with the Yankees for a couple of years. His brother's currently in the Angels organization from TCU. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Jackson Kent rebounds from the run given up in the last inning with a 1-2-3 in the second. That's his first strikeout. Still 1-0 Commodores as we head to the home half of the second inning. It's Day, Darby, and Kling. 4-5-6 for the Red Sox when we return. You're watching YD Baseball on the Cape League broadcast.
Now batting for your Red Sox.
Bottom of the second inning here from Red Wilson Field.
Brady Day.
Brady Day leading off for the Red Sox. Went down in order in the first, including a strikeout. Ryan McCarroll trying to continue his dominance against YD In his second appearance against the Red Sox this season, it's a first pitch ball to Brady Day. And the next pitch misses in as well. 2-0 to the draft pick in the 12th round from the Atlanta Braves, Brady Day, also a Cape League All-Star for this year. And he takes downstairs, ball 3. (3-0). And it's a ball outside. A 4-pitch walk to start things off for Ryan McCarroll in the second. And the Red Sox get their first base runner.
Darby.
We talked about it before, how Ryan McCarroll is one of few Division III pitchers and even players across this league. He sliced up YD the first time they faced, 5 innings pitched, no earned runs. But it feels like a situation where at some point he's going to break and YD is just going to figure him out.
First pitch in the dirt for ball 1 to Xander Darby. Had an excellent play out in the field in the last inning. McCarroll issued 3 walks over those 5 innings the last time these two teams came together. He also struck out 6, though, over that span, most importantly, and didn't give up a run. 1-0 is on the corner for strike 1. Pickoff move over to first. Brady Day not exceptionally active on the base paths. Does have 3 stolen bases this season. He's 3 for 4. Pitch misses down low for ball 2. A lot of activity yesterday running the bases on both sides in the loss for the Red Sox against Kitei. Three balls and a strike to Xander Darby. Swings and misses at a pitch over the plate, and the count is full. Paxton Kling is on deck for YD. The Red Sox still looking for their first hit of the game. Runner goes. The payoff is outside. That's ball 4, and Brady Day swipes around the tag there with the right foot. He's in there at second base, but forced there on the walk.
Thankfully for YD, because if that was a called strike, the throw would have been in time to get Brady Day, and that would have been the first 2 outs of the inning. Instead, to a board with 2 walks for Paxton Kling, who has a lot of power in that bat out of LSU, the freshman, or just finished up his freshman year.
There was some confusion about that last pitch, it looked like, from fielders and also Brady Day, who looked like he almost pulled up about halfway to second base, but the pitch was outside. And so Kling will watch the corner infielders creep in. Takes a strike on the inner half. Got a sign from Scott Pickler. Now he'll look for another. Here comes the bunt. It is down, left of the mound, charging in from third. It's scooped up by DeBarge, throws across his body. The tag is applied on the helmet of Kling, and they got him. Wacky play there, but it does the job as Kling moves the runners up. Second and third with 1 out for Dub Gleed. Then he'll go down as a sacrifice, 5-3 for Kling. YD trying to claw their way back into this game, down just 1 run. Could take the lead if Gleed found the outfield here. Instead, Gleed gets hit. 3 free passes in the inning issued by Ryan McCarroll.
The catcher out of Rice University.
And the
number
bases are
26,
loaded
Manny
for a YD
Garza.
debut, as Manny Garza will make his first appearance as a member of the Red Sox. The catcher from Rice. We talked about his defensive abilities a little bit ago when YD was in the field. Offensively, he hit .282 for the Owls this spring over 53 games. He takes a strike on a sweeping ball over the plate.
At the top of the mind right now is the double play, which plagued YD yesterday. They had a couple of base runner situations the last 2 games, actually. We've seen more than 2.
Lifted out towards the left side of the infield. The bare hand throw onto second for 1. The throw is not in time to first. Wow, that was a heck of a play by Kyle DeBarge. That ball skipped towards the direction he was running away from, and he barehanded it behind him and threw to second to get 1 out, and Falmouth nearly turned it, but instead it's a little lifted shot that drops in and an RBI for Manny Garza, who picks up the fielder's choice. They're on first and third with 2 outs. Cook lifts this one out to right center field. Spikerman looks to have a beat on it, and he makes the catch in right center. And that ends the inning. But the Red Sox tie it up on Manny Garza's RBI ground out. And we are knotted at 1 heading to the 3rd inning. Jackson Kent returns to the mound when we come back. You're watching YD Baseball on the Cape League broadcast.
For Falmouth, right fielder out of Texas A&M.
All tied up in the top of the 3rd from Red Wilson Field. Luke West Poley with Perri Kitei on a cloud-covered Sunday afternoon turned evening from South Yarmouth. Red Sox are looking to snap a 3-game losing skid, and they've got the game tied despite not having a hit in this game. The first pitch, the bunt is pulled back, and the appeal to third base umpire Jeffrey Merzell says Tab Tracy did not offer at the initial offering, and so that's ball 1. The 1-0 pitch now. Bunt is squared again. The pitch misses outside, and it's ball 2. A few early starts here on Cape Cod. This game along with the Harwich Hyannis game, which was moved up to a 5 o'clock start. There's a strike on the outer corner. Wareham and Bourne were postponed today. They're going to replay that one on July 24th. At 4 p.m. Bunt again comes out on the 2-1 as the pitch misses for ball 3. Katuitt and Orleans and Brewster and Chatham will meet up later tonight, or so they hope, weather pending. The 3-1 is lined right side, right into the glove of Dub Gleed. And there's 1 out as Falmouth flips over their lineup.
The center fielder at Oklahoma, number 17, John Spikerman.
John Spikerman has scored Falmouth's run in this game. Came after he singled in the first, reached second on a wild pitch, reached third on a wild pitch, and then scored on an RBI groundout. First pitch is a breaking ball high for ball 1. Ball and no strikes to Spikerman, the Oklahoma Sooner. Takes down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Spikerman led off with a base hit, a grounder, through to the left side.
The 1-1. Lifted high in the air out towards left field. Apodaca charging in, loses the hat and makes the catch with the arm straight up for out number 2. So quickly 2 gone. Jackson Kent has found a rhythm after the first. He has now retired the last 6. Travis Bazzana got the RBI for Falmouth. Came on a ground out up the middle in the first inning. Kent's 40th pitch of the game on the way. Ball and no strikes. Pitch to Bazzana. Strike on the outer corner. A nice frame there by Manny Garza. Catching position for YD has been one that's had a whole lot of depth all summer long. 1-1 is cracked foul. And it's 1-2. Between Garza, Ryan Stafford, Will King, Connor Dykstra. It's been a position that has held some tremendous depth. Brady Neal in there as well for a few games. 1-2 pitch outside. 2-2.
Kent is working the edges of the zone here against Bazzana, a really good contact hitter. He's 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run against YD.
2-2 misses outside and the count is full. Base is empty. Kent with an extra long hold to pay off. Ball 4. Second walk issued out by Jackson Kent.
Out of University of Louisiana, number 6.
That breaks the streak of batters retired, and now Kyle DeBarge will try to keep this inning alive, keep the train moving for Falmouth. He lined out to second base on a very softly hit ball back in the first. Kent has to come out of the stretch for the first time in a couple of innings. Pitch misses inside as Bazzana attempts to mess with him at first base. The lefty facing him over there on the right side. (1-0) and a sword swing around for strike 1. Ball and a strike to DeBarge. Lead's pretty small over there on first. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball high, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Bazzana is tied with Spikerman for the team lead in stolen bases at 8. Actually, with Spikerman's in the first, I guess Spikerman's now in the lead, but still Bazzana a threat on the base paths.
1-2 lifted out to shallow center field. Paxton Kling coming on, and it's off his glove. He drops it racing around second, heading for third. Bazzana will reach there safely as the throw splits the runners coming into second. And as Astor strikes for YD on a ball that looked like it almost went through the glove of Paxton Kling out there in center. That should be an E8. And that will extend the inning further along. So they're on the corners with 2 outs. Cade Snell, who walked his first time at the plate, is back into the lefty box. Kent still having to pitch out of the stretch, a very long hold before his first pitch. And it's a breaking ball low, rolling in front of Manny Garza. He recovers. Ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That stings the corner for strike one. Wind is still blowing very strongly out there towards left field. The short porch, routine fly balls to that area could find their way over the wall in this game. 1-1 is outside. A look over to third, but no throw from Garza, and it's 2-1. A lot of the power in the YD lineup comes from left-handed hitters, so the pole side is out towards right. Wind doesn't help them a whole lot in that regard. 2-1 misses for ball three.
Snell has already walked once today. He was Kent's first walk of the day.
3 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Count is full. DeBarge will be running with the pitch. On the corners, infield is evenly spaced for YD. Kent's uniform blowing in the wind. The payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to cut. And that's the second strikeout for Jackson Kent. So a bit of a lengthy inning there, but he hangs a 0. That's what's most important. And he strands 2 for the Commodores in the top of the third. We're still tied at 1 as the Red Sox will bring the top of the order up when we return. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the Cape League broadcast. Tied up at 1 here in the bottom of the third inning from Red Wilson Field. Luke West Poley with Perri Kitei. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday evening. Sunday evening Cape League baseball, one of 4 games that are set to go here tonight. Enzo Apodaca takes a first pitch strike to Ryan McCarroll. Ran into some trouble with free passes in the last inning. 2 walks, a sac bunt, a hit by pitch, and a ground out later. The Red Sox had their first run despite remaining hitless. Apodaca grounds it foul, 0-2. Oh, 2 to Enzo. And he takes just upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Apodaca last in the leadoff spot against Chatham a couple of nights ago. He went 1 for 3 with a single in the losing effort to the Anglers. 1-2, grounded up the middle, curling towards second. Running around it, Bazana resets his feet and throws in time for out number 1. Second ground out to the second base for Enzo Apodaca.
Theo Hardy.
And Theo Hardy now comes up to the plate with nobody on and 1 out. Hardy out of San Jose State. Holds off on a strike one pitch from McCarroll. Love to know batting gloves look from him. His setup looks very bare bones. He takes ball one, or that one hit him actually on the foot. And so he will trot over to first. Whatever works, works. That's now the second hit batter and the fourth free pass from Ryan McCarroll, who's still yet to allow a hit. Hunter Hines at the plate for YD. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout that came back in the first. Hines swings and misses at the first offering for strike one. Hines has seen inflated strikeout numbers, but that's kind of what you can expect from a guy with as much pop as he has. Takes another strike. He's got 31 strikeouts on the season. Next closest on this YD team is Max Vieira with 20, but you could say a similar thing about his RBI total as he's at 30. Next closest was Will King with 16. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hunter Hines. And he rolls it on the first base side. That's over the head of Heyman and into right field. Hardy is around second and into third safely, and Hunter Hines has his first hit in a couple of games, and that puts him on the corners with 1 out. A chance for an RBI for Brady Day.
Not your typical Hunter Hines hit, but showing he can get it done in any way possible. That one just bounced over the head of Heyman. That's the power you have. When you push it that hard into the ground, it's bound to get somewhere. And Hunter Hines on first, runners on the corners for Brady Day.
A good slump-breaking hit from Hunter Hines. Just a lucky break going his way. As Day watches the first one outside for ball one.
And speaking of lucky breaks, Luke, that's something we've talked about a lot, is just the feeling that YD is getting robbed a bit, that they just never seem to have luck on their side.
1-0, grounded up the middle, could be 2. The hold at second from Mazana, the throw back to first, and it is in time. Speaking of luck, it's a 4-3 double play, and that ends the inning. YD ends up scoreless after they had him on the corners with 1 out, and we remain tied at 1 as we head to the middle innings. Frame number 4 is on the way when we come back. You're watching the Red Sox baseball here on the Cape League Broadcast.
Now batting for Falmouth, the catcher out of Sam Houston State, number 26, Walker Yannick.
Top of the fourth at Red Wilson Field as Walker Yannick steps up to the righty batter's box, facing off against Jackson Kent, who has allowed 1 run today in the first, and since then has kept Falmouth off the board as the first pitch sails inside the zone for strike 1. Yannick is 0 for 1 today with a flyout. Falmouth threatened at the end of the last inning after an error from Kling in center field, but no harm done after Kent picked up the strikeout to retire the side. Ball 1 falls inside on the batter, and the count evens up at 1-1. Kent into the wind. The 1-1 off the plate once again continues to run in on Yannick. And it's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 can't hit the outside corner. That's ball 3. The wide infield evenly spaced, the outfield playing at depth. Red Wilson Field, one of the smaller ballparks in the league. The 3-1 is beneath the knees, and that's ball 4. Third walk of the day from Jackson Kent. Puts a leadoff runner on, and it's Yannick's first time on base today.
It's been a little bit around the zone. He's gotten his way out of it due to some good pitching for contact. He's got some ground outs, some light fly outs, line outs, things of that nature, but given up a few too many free passes, I think, for him to be happy with through this early part of the game.
First pitch to Heyman is bumped foul for strike 1. Yannick, the catcher, has 3 stolen bases this season. Pretty high numbers from a catcher. And the 0-1, it just clips the outside of the zone, called strike 2. That's a pitch Kent has tried to locate and missed a couple times today, but that one finds the perfect spot as Heyman falls behind in the count. Pick off towards first, sends Yannick scampering back to the bag. Heyman pushed all the way up to the front of the box. And the 0-2 is swung on, just bumped foul. And the count remains the same. Already into the 4th, and the weather has continued to hold so far. Even some blue sky peeking through around the clouds still. Ball 1 misses just off the plate. Not a bad strikeout pitch at all, but Heyman just did not bite. Yannick with a small lead over on first. We've just seen one pick off over there. Lead guarding the bag. There he goes again. And Yannick's back safely. Trees out in center, really moving around. The wind flying out towards left field. The 1-2, runner goes, and it's tipped off the bat. So Yannick has to return to first, and the count to Heyman remains the same at 1-2. Kent delivers, and it's popped up towards the shallow infield. Day calling everybody off. He's underneath it and makes the snag for out number 2.
This has been how Jackson Kent has wormed his way out of some stickier situations that he's found himself in. Not too many of them, really just that first inning, but he's elicited a good amount of soft contact. He's mostly a strikeout pitcher, but today he's just been missing barrels. That's been the best strength of the outing so far.
It's actually the first out of the inning. Brings up Gavin Keelan. Yannick held up at first. First pitch to Keelan. Can't get framed up by Garza behind the bag, and that's ball 1. We've seen stolen base attempts from Falmouth in every inning so far. Yannick was ready to go on that last one during Heyman's at-bat. 2 pickoff moves in a row now between pitches. Count remains 1-0. Ball 2 falls below the knees. And Keelan has a hitter's count. Runner goes, pumped foul once again. Yannick spoiled on his steal attempt, and the count runs 2-1. Keelan out of Louisville, future All-Star for the Commodores. He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out. The 2-1 is just off the plate for ball 3. Yannick is bouncing around, looks ready to go at any second. Over at first, trying to draw maybe a throw or a mistake from YD. The 3-1 comes in and almost hits Keelan. Instead sails high, that's ball 4. 2 runners on, and Yannick moves into scoring position.
Number 14, Nathan Humphreys.
Playing with fire a little bit here with all these walks, but Kent has been very strong this season at getting out of situations like this, evidenced by the 1.59 ERA he carried into this one. Ground out could end the inning.
Fresh count for Nathan Humphreys. First pitched, pushed towards the gap in left center. Coming over, Apodaca is there. And the throw coming in holds up the runners. A quick second out.
Right fielder from Texas A&M.
And YD is closer to retiring this one scoreless once again. The wind is really keeping these balls up in the air for a long time. That one didn't have a huge exit launch angle, but it still hung up with enough time for Apodaca to run over. He also is one of the speediest guys on YD's roster. Theo Hardy lined up right behind Walter Yannick over at second as ball 1 drops in the dirt to tab Tracy in the 9 spot. Tracy out of Texas A&M, he's a Texas native. The 1-0, tapped foul. Gets all the way to the bullpen over the fence. That I did not think would carry as far as it did. Just an example of the wind here today. Got all the way over YD pitchers' heads out there in left field, but not in fair territory, and the count's 1-1. A rope of a pickoff move from Jackson Kent over to Hardy. Not really close on the tag play. We've seen a couple overthrows from YD in their losing stretch over the past couple days into center field on both the throwdown from the catcher and the pickoff from the pitcher. Trying to keep things clean today on the error sheet. Already has one. The 1-1 is a late swing and miss. Yannick slipped over by the shortstop position, getting back to second. Could have been a play there, but Kent was already into the motion for the pitch.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad out there. The dirt looks pretty slippery over by second base, which is where we were told the conditions are the worst on the field pregame.
The 1-2 popped up towards left field. Apodaca sprinting over into foul territory makes the grab for out number 3. Falmouth strands 2. They've now left 5 runners on base today, and we head to the bottom of the 4th as YD tries to strike for the lead. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League broadcast. Cape Cod isn't just any community, it's our community. At Cape Cod Healthcare, our mission is to provide exceptional high-quality care for our neighbors and visitors. It's at the core of everything we do, from wellness initiatives and preventative screenings to leading-edge technology and specialized clinical expertise. Our dedicated team is committed to delivering care that enhances the well-being of all in this special region. Cape Cod Healthcare congratulates the Cape Cod Baseball League on its 100-year anniversary and is proud to be this year's official healthcare sponsor. Learn more at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, caring, commitment, community. Bottom of the fourth at Red Wilson, and Xander Darby is leading things off. He's reached once on a walk in his first plate appearance. Now making his second time up into the lefty box. The UCSB Gaucho trying to start things off strong in the fourth. This game's been moving quickly through the beginning part. Bodes well for the impending weather. Darby shows bunt and pulls off on ball one. McCarroll working quickly. It's on the ground and sneaks through the gap between first and second. A base hit for Xander Darby sneaks things off. There could have been a play on that from either Heyman or Bazana. They looked at each other and there maybe was some sort of miscommunication. It split them almost perfectly. Nice piece of hitting from Xander Darby. And he's aboard for Paxton Kling.
Yeah, it looked like somebody could have got that. Heyman went down on a knee, almost thought about maybe going after the backhand, but thought he had a man behind him, and he didn't.
First pitch to Kling, line towards center field, right into the glove of Spikerman. Exactly one of those times we're talking about where that looks really good off the bat, and Spikerman just has to take a couple of steps to make the grab. 3 pitches, 1 out, 1 runner on for Dub Gleed after the line out from Kling on the first pitch of his at-bat. Gleed was hit by a pitch, his first plate appearance, so he has reached once today. And the first pitch to him is chopped foul. For strike one, YD is attacking early now that they've been through the lineup once. We're seeing McCarroll twice and going after him early in the at-bat. Darby with a mid-size lead at first. No pickoff moves yet from McCarroll as the 0-1 is lined towards short. The jumping Gavin Keelan has it. And another one that looks great off the back is robbed in the infield. Darby held up once again, unlucky for Dub Gleed.
Good contact, and we've seen this now a couple times from Scott Pickler easing his new catchers into the game as he's going to pinch hit for Manny Garza, bringing Ryan Stafford.
It's an interesting choice. I also think after Stafford's day yesterday, he just wants to give him more opportunities in the game today. I imagine this one will be called early. And so already through to 4 innings here, putting Stafford in now, you give Garza 4 good innings in the field. If we even make it through 8, that means they've split the game. The 1-0 swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Darby extends his lead. Haven't seen a steal attempt from YD today. The 1-1 runs inside for ball 2. Brady Day would have been the first steal attempt, except his attempt turned into ball 4, so he took second base by force. Kick and deal from McCarroll is high and away for ball 3. Stafford had a successful run of things with Team USA the last couple of weeks, made his return to the YD lineup yesterday. The 3-1 clips the inside half of the plate, and the count is full. Runner goes, and it's pushed into the backstop. With the full count, 2 outs, Darby over on first. He'll be running with every pitch from here on out. Another payoff on the way. Through the gap into left field. The diving Gavin Keelan can't get the backhand. Darby safe at second. 2 hits in the inning now.
Right fielder.
And Casey Cook in the 9th spot will try to continue the 2-out rally.
Good piece of hitting from Stafford, get the count full, especially with the way McCarroll has been dealing and Whitey's struggled to string together hits off of him. Get his pitch count up and then end things with a knock.
First pitch, a fastball, hammers the center of the plate to Cook. He's 0 for 1 today with a flyout. Pushed it towards center field, just couldn't carry enough to get past Spikerman. The 0-1 on the ground, and that sneaks through the gap into right field. Darby is rounding third. The throw from home is not in time. It would have been, but it fell out of the glove of Yannick. Darby comes around on the headfirst dive, and YD takes the lead, 2-1.
Oh, man. He was hosed, and basically everything that could have gone right for YD on that play did. And that was what it took to score that run. If that was a good throw, Darby's out by a mile. It was a throw that had to be rolled into the plate, still beat him there, and then the catcher, Walker Yannick, dropped it.
First pitch to Apodaca, catches the top of the zone for strike 1. I saw Coach Pickler throw up the stop sign, then take it back down. Bit of indifference over there, or couldn't decide, but it works out regardless as Apodaca hammers this on a line, and it drops in front of Tracy in right field. Stafford now rounding third, and he comes into home safely. The 2-out rally continues. Apodaca singles to the right side. 3 hits in the inning now. YD starting to pile them on. They lead 3-1.
That's another one that got out there quickly, and Tracy might have had a chance at the plate, but YD keeps the train moving, and this is the first time we've seen a rally like this from this offense in probably almost a week at this point.
It's really nice to see them stringing together hits. They've left a lot of guys on base, and now they lead 3-1 against a Falmouth team that's been really solid. On the ground, one bouncer from Hardy tossed over to first for out number 3. But YD still gets 2 across, just base hit after base hit, and aggressive base running gets the job done. They lead 3-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. You're watching YD Baseball on the Cape League broadcast. Top of the order leads off for Falmouth, John Spikerman against Jackson and Kent. Back for the 5th inning. Ryan Stafford has replaced Manny Garza behind the bag. First pitch already on the way, falls inside for strike 1. Both pitchers have been working really quickly today. Kent just got the ball back from Stafford into the motion already, and it's swung on and missed for strike 2. Spikerman will take a second to readjust himself. This blistering pace from Kent, trying to break it up as the 0-2 popped up blooper towards right field. Center field coming in on it. Kling can't get there. Theo Hardy was running over from shortstop. Soft contact off the bat, just gets right over the head of the infield, and Spikerman has his second hit of the day. Brings up Travis Bazana, 0 for 1 with a walk. The Australian heavy hitter watches strike 1 over the heart of the plate. Bazana was a collegiate baseball second-team All-American. Received multiple All-American accolades from across the networks as ball 1 falls off the plate. He batted .374 for the Oregon State Beavers in 2023. The 1-1 popped up into foul territory and out of play. He has an interesting stance in that bat is tilted a little further off the body than you see normally. Bazana learned how to swing a bat first playing cricket. He is a cricket champion for his high school. As the 1-2 is pumped foul. Bazana captained his high school team's first ever state championship team. He transitioned to baseball, played for 18U nationally over in Australia, and now tearing it up in the collegiate baseball world in the United States. It's not easy to see transitions like that from foreign countries that aren't traditional baseball powerhouses like a lot of Latin American and South American countries, but Bazana has bridged the gap just due to athleticism, hard work. It's the 1-2. The curve falls away from the plate, and the count evens up.
Australia has been a country that's gotten a lot better at baseball in the 2000s. They've developed a pretty nice professional league over there, and then, of course, they participated in the World Baseball Classic.
The 2-2 hit well towards center field. Kling going back, takes a couple of steps now underneath it, gets it on the run. The throw in, Hardy thought about the relay, but Spikerman too close to first, and that's the first out. Nice contact from Bazana off the bat, but couldn't fly its way out of the ballpark, and there's one gone in the top of the fifth. Kyle DeBarge 0 for 2, but he did reach on an error as the pickoff comes over to first base. Spikerman's first time aboard with his first hit. He stole second base and then advanced to third just a pitch later on a passed ball. Wouldn't be surprised to see the steal attempt again with one out here. As Kent is set, Spikerman is jumping around over on first. First pitch popped foul and out of play. Heard it hit off the roof of something, probably the concession stand over there. Can't think of anything else that would have made that sound. 5 hits for the Red Sox now, just 2 for the Commodores. The 0-1 comes in and the runner goes. The throw from Stafford is a hose that gets into center field. Hardy with the backup couldn't stop it, and Spikerman advances to third. It was a good throw from Stafford, but a little too far in front of the bag. Day got tangled up with Spikerman coming into second base, and that one just escaped him.
And Kent got absolutely timed up there by Spikerman. That was a near perfect jump, and it was going to require a perfect throw from Stafford. We saw it yesterday a little bit too when he had to hurry things out towards second. Some tough things happened.
DeBarge pushes it into right field, and it drops in front of Casey Cook. Spikerman will jog home. The throw into second is not in time for the speedy DeBarge coming around first base. RBI double for Kyle DeBarge. Scores Spikerman, and Falmouth gets one back. It's 3-2. Cade Snell, a strikeout swinging and a walk today. Third time facing Jackson Kent. As the first pitch curve drops off the plate, it's 1-0. Crowd filling up a little bit more at Red Wilson Field. DeBarge, a big lead on second. Hardy behind him. The 1-0 popped up deep into center field, but absolutely skied, and Kling is underneath it. Immediately throws into Hardy for the relay, and DeBarge is held up at second as that's out number 2.
Sam Houston State, number 26.
A couple of loud outs, and for Jackson Kent, he's using the whole field right now, but he's worked through a pretty nice outing. If he could keep that tying run off the board, this will likely be his last inning with, looks like Blake Ida out there in the Whitey bullpen warming up.
First pitch, big swing and a miss for Yannick. And with that second out and DeBarge still on second, Spikerman's run will go unearned with the error from Stafford behind the plate. That's what advanced him to third. Another swing and a miss from Yannick for strike 2. Another strike could retire the side as YD looks to retain their lead. But the 0-2 falls off the plate for ball 1. Yannick out of Sam Houston State, native of Portland, Texas. The 1-2 from Kent, chopped up a high bouncer towards second. Day has it and drops it out of his glove as Yannick runs and is safe over at first. That ball took a weird bounce to it, then absolutely died on the dirt, and Day just couldn't get it out of his glove in time. Third error for YD. Errors have plagued this team and runners on the corners for Falmouth.
Yeah, Day took his eye off that ball, and he was looking at the runner there, Yannick, who was tearing up the line, and I think when he realized how little time he had, while also simultaneously squeezing that ball and trying to get it out of his glove, the hurried panic just kind of caught up to him. It's going to be an E4 for Yannick.
Luke Heyman, the first pitch to him, falls into the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 push foul towards right field, sprinting over Casey Cook, makes the grab on the run. A really nice athletic effort from the right fielder, retires the side, but Falmouth gets one back. YD leads 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. The designated hitter.
Bottom of the fifth, and Hunter Hines leads off. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He had a bouncing single over the head of the Falmouth first baseman Luke Heyman the last time around. He got on base, part of a rally to put 2 on board in the fourth for YD. Ball 1 falls off the plate. Hines wait back. Check swing, does not go. Little bit of a shoulder movement, but watched ball 2 drop low. Swings away, however, at the third pitch off the plate, and he can't find contact for strike 1. McCarroll moving fast already into his motion. The 2-1 runs inside, and it's 3 balls and a strike to number 44 out of Mississippi State. The first team All-SEC selection as a designated hitter, just finished his sophomore year. The 3-1 swung on and missed, and the count runs full. McCarroll has struck him out once. Here comes the payoff, and that's another strikeout for Hunter Hines today as he goes down swinging versus the righty out of Wheaton College.
Out of Kansas State, number 10, Brady Day.
Brady Day stepping into the lefty box. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. One of YD's 6 All-Stars. Holds off on a first pitch strike. Oh, and 1 with 1 gone. And Day lays off on ball 1, bouncing in the dirt. It's the bottom of the 5th inning right now. If we get through this, the game could officially be official if the weather calls the game off. The forecast says there is some heavy storms coming our way. It's the 1-1 falls away, and it's 2-1. In a game like this, every inning matters, because you never know when it could be called. 3-1 to Brady Day. Xander Darby on deck. McCarroll deals ball 4. Day tosses the bat, and YD has a runner on in the 5th inning.
The third baseman, out of UC Santa Barbara, number 12, Xander Darby.
McCarroll's pitch count up to 70 through 4 1/3. Might start to see some action on the Falmouth side of things in terms of their pitching. 5th inning was likely in the top half. The last we'll see of Jackson Kent on the YD side.
First pitch to Darby just outside. Day bouncing around on first. Ball 2 misses the same spot, and Darby is ahead 2-0. The 2-0 hammered out towards center. Spikerman sprinting back, and it clears the fence into the trees. Xander Darby, a 2-run blast, extends the lead for the Red Sox. We thought we might see someone go yard today, and it's Xander Darby dead center. The Red Sox lead 5-2.
All the way up the trees from Xander. Contact hitter, not a big power guy, but how's that? Second home run of the year, and that ball was crushed.
Paxton Kling as the base is empty, and those 2 insurance runs were absolutely massive for the Red Sox. First pitch on the way to Kling, clips the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 on the ground, sneaks under the glove of a diving Kyle DeBarge, and Paxton Kling has a base hit, his first of the day. YD continues to roll at home.
Kling finally gets his reward. He took one for the team in his first plate appearance with the sacrifice, and then hit a ball well out to center his last time that found a glove in the outfield. Gets his base knock, and this might be it for McCarroll.
We do have Jeff Trundy coming out of the dugout. McCarroll went 5 innings against YD his first time around, gave up no earned runs. This time he's gone 4 1/3, given up 5. And with a day that could end early, pitching becomes all that more important as our home plate umpire Joseph Labella comes out to check on the meeting if it's going to be taken or not. And the call to the bullpen is made. Falmouth has a guy jogging in. We'll head to a quick break, give him some time to warm up, and be back for the rest of the bottom of the 5th. You're watching YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 5th, 1 gone, and there's a new pitcher on the bump for Falmouth. It's Cassius Thomas out of Duke, a native of Northridge, California. Made 6 appearances and 1 start for the Blue Devils this spring. And he is facing YD for the first time today. Dub Gleed in the righty box with Kling on first. And the first pitch above his head for ball 1. Thomas, the right-hander, kicks and deals, and it's pushed foul for strike 1. There's a big gap between second and first with Heyman guarding Kling over at first base. Pick off towards first. Kling dives back safely. The 1-1. Runner goes. Kling is out. I thought the throw might have had him beat, but it looks like Travis Bazzana just snuck the tag on the outstretched leg of Paxton Kling. There were some oohs and ahs in the crowd disagreeing with that call, but that's out number 2. A ball sails above the shoulders of Gleed. That's ball 3. And ball 4 in the lefty box. Gleed will take a base for the second time today. Another free pass brings up Ryan Stafford. This was the bottom of the order that started the 2-out rally. Stafford has a hit today. Came in as a pinch hitter for Manny Garza, who made his YD debut today, had the first RBI of the game for the Red Sox. Now Stafford in to finish. Gleed with a lead on first. First pitch on the way to Stafford at the shoulders. A pump fake from Yannick. Checks over on Gleed, who's back on the bag. Counts 1-0 to the catcher out of Cal Poly. The 1-0 on the ground. A nice play by Keelan. Flips it over in time to Bazzana. Diving grab from the shortstop. No wonder he's an all-star for the Commodores. And that ends the side. We're through 5 here at Red Wilson, and the Red Sox lead 5-2 after the 2-run shot from Xander Darby. We'll be back for the 6th on the Cape League.
Keelan.
Gavin Keelan leads off for the Commodores in the top of the 6th after they now find themselves facing a 3-run deficit. New pitcher on the mound for YD, it's Blake Ida out of Kennesaw State University. Ida has been the most utilized reliever out of the pen for the YD Red Sox. First pitch on the way is a fastball that can't find the outside half for ball 1. Keelan checks swing, but goes around, called strike 1. Pushed into left field, sprinting over Apodaca in foul territory. The hat comes off, but he does not have a play on it. And the count's 1-2.
Hat doesn't have a good fit. It's like the 4th time I think it's come off. This is the first time that the Red Sox have worn these new white field hats at home this season.
They look fresh with the white uniforms, I'll give them that. The 1-2 lined into right field. Bounces in front of Casey Cook for a base hit. And Keelan has his first of the day. He's a 1 for 2 with a walk.
Number 14, Nathan Humphries.
Looked like it might be playable off the bat, but ended up dropping pretty shallow. There was some crosswind that might have had an effect on it as well.
Fresh count for Nathan Humphries. And a nice stop from Stafford behind the plate for ball 1. As that ran in on Humphries, Stafford took a nice knee slide to get behind it. The 1-0 bumped foul, and the count evens up at 1-1. Nobody out as Keelan, the leadoff, hit a liner for a base hit to get on board. Ball 2 sails at the shoulders of Humphries. Loud sound on the glove of Stafford. Ida is throwing some heat. Keelan looks ready to run. The 2-1 popped up towards left field. Apodaca in foul territory now. Makes the grab. Keelan tags and is almost hosed, but it's cut off by Hardy. Probably a good call. No chance that would have gotten the runner, and off the bounce could have gotten past Day. So nice throw to get it in from Apodaca. Keelan advances on the fly out from Nathan Humphries.
A good heads-up base running. Don't typically see that tag, obviously, from first to second, but that ball plenty deep enough in foul ground out in left field.
Was also in foul territory, made that distance even bigger. First pitch strike dealt to Tab Tracy. Texas A&M right fielder. The 0-1 bounces low, and it's 1-1. Keelan with the lead over on second. The 1-1 floats at the top of the zone for strike 2. Tracy leans back with a grimace on his face, clearly disagreeing with the call. Just floated in below the letters. Keelan extends the lead. The 1-2 on the ground, soft contact. Day scoops it. The throw at first is in time. Keelan advances to third. Tracy did his best to beat it out, but he's retired, and there are two gone in the top of the sixth, but Keelan advances to third base and is in a good position to score as the lineup flips back over to John Spikerman, the hottest bat for the Commodores today. Spikerman 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And he pops the first pitch behind our heads and foul. The 0-1 breaks nicely across the outside corner and comes in across the center for a called strike 2. Ball 1 falls well off the plate. Spikerman steps out of the box to reset. Foul tip can't be squeezed by Stafford. Count remains the same at 1-2. Ida taking a little bit more time with the pitch clock here. The 1-2 just bumped foul off the bottom part of the bat. Once again, third foul ball of the at-bat for Spikerman. Battling to stay alive, he'll face the 6th pitch in a moment. Ida fires. Low gets away from Stafford. But Keelan holds off. The ball trickled over in his direction towards third, and with Ida sprinting over to cover the bag, it would have been a close play. He didn't have a real big enough lead to make that one simpler. 2-2. Ida fires just high. And a tough hold from Spikerman has the count full.
If there's about another foot in between the mound and home, that's probably falling in the zone. It's going in that direction.
The payoff popped up towards center field. Kling sprinting back on it, back to the fence, and it's out of here. A 2-run shot from Gavin Keelan makes this game 5-4. Excuse me. John Spikerman scores Gavin Keelan. That traveled way farther than I expected. That looked like a routine fly out off the bat. Instead, carries all the way out beyond the fence, and Falmouth has this game within 1 run.
Yep, wind aided, and goes to show how fast things can change with these offenses that these teams carry. One swing and it's within 1 run again.
First pitch to Bazana breaks over the plate. Really nice horizontal movement from Ida. Ball 1 misses the zone. Count evens up at 1-1. Bazana is hitless today. He has reached on a walk. That was a really nice at-bat from Spikerman. As the 1-1 just falls off the plate. He was down 0-2, kept fouling them off until he found the pitch he liked. Have to credit the batter. The 2-1 lined up the middle, and Bazana has his first base hit of the day.
the third baseman at the University of Louisiana, number 6, Kyle DeBarge.
If you're Ida now with some more workout in the Whitey bullpen, don't let this snowball more than it already has. You need to hold this lead for your team. Get your bats back up to the plate. They've been clicking the last couple of innings. They can get these runs back.
Fresh count, and it's fouled into the backstop by DeBarge.
It's Leighton Finley out there in the Whitey bullpen.
Ball 1 falls away. Bazana thought about it, jumped over towards second before he retreated. Bazana was 36 for 39 in stolen bases. He goes now. The throw from Stafford is perfect, and the runner is out. Ryan Stafford's been due for a throw like that, and it retires the side, stops the Falmouth rally. YD keeps the lead. It's a slim one, 5-4, as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Perri, Kitei, and Luke West Poley on the Cape League broadcast.
For the Red Sox, the right fielder out of the UNC.
Bottom of the 6th at Red Wilson Field as Casey Cook steps to the plate to lead things off for the Red Sox. The score is 5-4 after the 2-run shot from Spikerman. And Cook lays off on ball 1, which falls inside. Cassius Thomas deals ball 2 outside. He's back for his 2nd inning. Came in relief with 1 gone in the 5th. He fires ball 3 above the shoulders of Cook, who didn't even appear to be looking at that one, just standing calmly in the lefty box waiting for Thomas to put it in the zone. The 3-0. At the top of the zone, Cook was ready to toss his back instead of called strike 1. And he has to stay there and take another. Thomas delivers ball 4, and Cook takes a base. The leadoff runner aboard for the Red Sox.
The left fielder out of Gonzaga, number 3, Enzo Apodaca.
Enzo Apodaca is 1 for 3 today, 2 groundouts and a single. Was part of the rally in the 4th. He had a nice liner to right field. First time facing Cassius Thomas. Into the line, the first pitch, runs inside, gets behind Yannick, and Cook will take a base. Yannick asks for a new ball. Apodaca taking his time getting back in the box. Now he's resetting. Cook with the lead, Keelan right behind him. The 1-0 misses just high for ball 2. On another batter that might have fallen in the zone, but Apodaca, his 5'9" stature, working to his advantage. 2 balls, no strikes. And ball 3 sails above the shoulders. Second 3-0 count of the inning for Thomas. First Cook, he dealt 1 strike before ball 4. Apodaca in anticipation. And Thomas deals a called strike on the inside corner. Count moves to 3-1. Thomas fires. Apodaca shows bunt, pulls back. Ball 4. 2 runners on for Theo Hardy.
The shortstop at San Jose State.
And Thomas has been a little bit wild, and that's been his issue so far in the Cape League. He came in with 8 batters walked in 3 2/3, and continuing to struggle finding the zone, and it's going to draw a meeting on the mound.
Looks like Thomas's day will be ending as we have some movement in the Falmouth bullpen. A lefty coming to the plate for the Commodores, and we'll be back after this quick break. Nobody gone, 2 on in the bottom of the 6th at Red Wilson Field. The Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox want to thank Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists for sponsoring this broadcast. Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists provide premier emergency and specialty care for your beloved companions. They are located in Dennis and Buzzards Bay and are open at 24 hours a day. Now, I'm a little excited about this new guy coming to the mound for the Falmouth Commodores because for the first time all season I can say that he's pitching out of Northwestern University, where I attend college, so I know him very well. As a player, it's Nolan Moore, the left-hander, who played for Falmouth last summer. He came in again, as he did this summer, later in the summer as an added member of the roster. He had a bit of a rough season for the Wildcats, had a 12.81 ERA in 19 relief appearances, went 19.2 innings, 9 walks, 19 strikeouts. He pitched well for Falmouth last year. Interested to see how he does here. First pitch on the way to Hardy. Shows bunt, lays it down really nicely up the first base line. Moore has it and tosses it over to Heyman. Both runners advance on the sac bunt.
Out of Mississippi State, number 44, Hunter Hines.
It's a way to make a pitcher a little more uncomfortable. If you're batting right in front of the best power guy in the lineup, lay down a bunt, get 2 in scoring position for Hunter Hines, the RBI machine.
Hines will face Moore for the first time. And he holds off on a late dropping ball 1. Nice call from Hines. Moore deals the 1-0 and it's crushed out towards right field. Going back, Tab Tracy is underneath it right at the warning track. The runners tag. Cook and Apodaca advance. Cook scores. The score is 6-4. That ball hung up there for so long. It was absolutely smashed. I thought it might be home run number 10, but came up just short. Still scores a run. So Hunter Hines with the RBI sac fly makes the score 6-4.
Yeah, Hines thought he had that too, the way he dropped his bat, but ended up just short.
First pitch ball comes into Brady Day. It's on the ground towards second. Bazana has it and makes the throw to end the inning. The Red Sox tack on 1 off the sac fly, and it's 6-4 as we head to the top of the 7th. You're watching YD Baseball on the Cape League broadcast.
Top of the 7th inning from Red Wilson Field, and it's 6-4 YD, adding an insurance run in the bottom half of the inning over the Falmouth Commodores. Leighton Finley, the second pitcher to come out of the Whitey bullpen tonight. The all-star in the Cape League out of the University of Georgia takes over with a 2-run lead. Finley's been stellar, deserved of that all-star nomination that he received. He's been strong out of the bullpen this year for YD. The first pitch to him comes in and is a strike one dealt to Kyle DeBarge. Last time Finley pitched, foul, and it's 0-2. Finley 6'5", did pretty well out towards left field. Apodaca racing around it in left, and he makes the catch on the run for out number 1.
Showing why he's deserved of being an all-star. It's been his defense all year that has shined through. That one looked like it would hit the gap, no doubt, but Apodaca full speed ahead makes it on the run.
Was running along the wall all the way from left field into left center. One gone for Cade Snell, hitless with a walk coming back in the first inning, a strike and a fly out since. Outfield shadowing him towards the pull side. Sliding out of the way of the first offering for ball 1. This is Leighton Finley's second appearance against the Falmouth Commodores this year, the last coming way back on June 13th. Worked 1 inning of scoreless ball. Pitch ducks in there for strike 1. Gave up just 1 hit, no walks and a strikeout for Leighton. He has fanned 15 batters in 13 1/3 innings this season. 1-1 pitch on the way, and it is rolled over to short. Charging in on it, Hardy sidearms to first, and it is in just enough time to beat out the speedy Cade Snell, and there's 2 gone for Walker Yannick. The sky's gotten a little bit darker. It's covered in clouds still, and the wind picking up, signaling that there may be some bad weather on the way. It looks like, knock on wood, things are not going to unload until after this game is concluded, but always a chance. Yannick has been on base twice, but he's hitless. Fouls the first pitch off the shoulder of Ryan Stafford for strike 1. Popped out in the first, walked in the 4th, and reached on an error in the 5th inning. Falmouth got 2 runs in the last inning. The 0-1 misses off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Both came off the 2-run shot from John Spikerman. 1-1 cut on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Finley working efficiently, trying to motor through this 7th inning. Whitey bullpen empty. It's Finley's game. Pitch. Called strike 3, and the side is retired. Leighton Finley sets down the middle of the Commodores' order, 1, 2, and 3. And we will head to the 7th inning stretch here from Red Wilson Field. 6-4 Red Sox. You're listening to Whitey Baseball in the Cape League.
batting for your Red Sox.
Bottom of the 7th inning here from Red Wilson
Santa
Field.
Barbara. Number 12, Xander.
And Xander Darby leads off for YD against Nolan Moore, who comes back to the bump for the Commodores. Lefty on lefty, Moore immediately into the windup, and Darby takes up high, leaning out of the way. Looked like he got something in his eye there for ball 1. Darby has reached base all 3 times. He's come to the plate. Takes a ball low, 2-0. Hit a deep fly his last time up, a home run that was shot out way over the fence in center. And he hits this ball pretty well out towards right center field. Backtracking Spikerman. This one will be contained as he makes the catch short of the wall for out number 1. So one gone in the 7th.
LSU, number 14,
Paxton Kling will step in. Take a look around the scoreboard in the Cape Cod League this evening. Hyannis leading Harwich 5-1 from White House Field in the top of the 6th. Good news for the Red Sox as the first pitch comes into Kling, and he watches a strike called right over the heart of the zone. Brewster and Chatham getting ready to kick off from Veterans Field in the top of the 2nd inning. Orleans and Kitei still scoreless. Kling watches ball 1 drop low. Wareham and Bourne, as we mentioned earlier on the broadcast, postponed due to weather. They will resume that one on July 24th. 1-1, wave and a miss, strike 2. Kling is 1 for 2 on the day. Steps back in. Ball and 2 strikes. More immediately into the windup and pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him out in front of the off-speed pitch there, and Kling retired on the strikeout for the first time. 2 gone now for Dub Gleat. Gleat is hitless, but has only had 1 at-bat. He's 0 for 1 with a line out to short. Ball that was hit pretty hard, and this time he hits it that way and gets a base knock into left field. And Dub now 1 for 2. He's reached base 3 times. A pair of free passes for him as well.
Number 7,
And so he won't end his day 0 for. And now Ryan Stafford will try to keep this 2-out rally moving along, something that the YD bottom of the order has delivered on already once today. Moore fires out of the stretch. This one lifted up the line and foul.
YD up to 8 hits now, doubling their total from yesterday. Something that was almost expected with them coming back home.
0-1 drops near the back foot.
A team that has been significantly better, more comfortable looking at home than on the road. And they've been on the road quite a bit, especially with their last home game against Brewster postponed.
Stafford fouls it off himself. 9 of the Red Sox 12 losses have come away from home. They've only lost 3 times, and they've won 10 games here at Red Wilson Field this season. One-two to Stafford. Reaches for it and pokes it out into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit as Tracy stumbling around. Looked like he might have had a very low percentage play on it if he maybe dove, but his cleats got caught up in the moist grass. And the inning continues. 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. And Max Vieira will now pinch hit for Casey Cook. He had a nice day at the plate. Casey finishes 1 for 2 with a run scored on a walk. So Vieira will dig into the righty box. Rocking the high socks coming off the bench. And he hits this one out to center. Spikerman going back and short of the wall. He makes the catch. 1 pitch and the 3rd out of the inning recorded. Scoreless from both sides. That's the first time we've seen that since the 3rd, and it's still 6-4 Red Sox as we head to the 8th inning. Middle of the order coming up for the Commodores when we return You're listening to Whitey Baseball in the Cape League. Top of the 8th inning here from Red Wilson Field. Luke West, Poley, Perri, Kitei with you. 6-4 our score with YD leading the Falmouth Commodores and the leadoff batter Luke Heyman. Some defensive shufflings for the Red Sox as first pitch is dealt home and it is blown right by the bat of Heyman for strike one. So Enzo Apodaca moves from left to right to occupy the spot of Casey Cook, who was pinch hit for. And Max Vieira, who I'm sure is growing increasingly comfortable in the outfield, takes Enzo's spot in left. The 0-1 is fouled off, make it 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Luke Heyman. Finley came in and dealt in the last inning. Looking for a second strikeout. Heyman spoils it on a ball that got stuck in the fence, did not come back down. It is stuck in between one of the support beams and the chain links. 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout, first swing and miss from Leighton Finley. And now Gavin Keelan, who scored one of the last 2 runs that came across in the home run for Falmouth back in the 6th at the dish. Commodores are now down to their final 5 outs. And Keelan takes a strike over the inner half. Keelan, a Boston Red Sox draft pick from the University of Louisville. Floats that one foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch to Keelan, and he takes in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Keelan, a guy that is noted for his defensive ability, throws very hard out of the shortstop position, 92-mile-an-hour infield velocity, but has a good bat as well. 1-2 misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's hitting over 300. He's a member of the All-Star team. 2-2 with the bases empty. Pitch, and this one is lifted down the line and left. Vieira racing after it. That ball is foul. Just out of the reaches of Max Vieira, but he likely would have had the line covered there. It looked like that ball hung up enough where if it had been fair, Vieira would have caught it. But we will never know. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gavin Keelan. He's 1 for 2 with a single and the run scored off that home run. He's also walked in this game. Finley deals. Chopper up the middle, coming over from second. The backhand field by Day. The low throw to first. But the stretch from Dub Gleed, and that's the second out of the inning.
Probably lucky that that ball actually went past the glove of Leighton Finley, who was stretching out for it, because if he got even a piece of it, there would have been no chance on the play, but a nice backhand from Brady Day keeps the bases empty and 2 gone.
First pitch to Humphreys falls in there for strike 1. He is hitless today, 0 for 3. Just the 4th time through the order for Falmouth. Crushes that one foul. 0-2. Commodores have 6 hits. 5 of them, though, came between the 5th and 6th innings. Rolls that one foul to stay alive at 0-2. Humphreys and Tracy, the bottom 2 in the lineup, a combined 0 for 6. They, along with Luke Heyman, are the 3 in the lineup that have not reached base yet for Falmouth. 0-2 again, golf foul. Commodores came in as one of the league's hottest teams. A couple nights ago, they got beat by Kitei. That ended a lengthy win streak, but bounced back yesterday in a dominant win. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Keeps going foul on the left side. So he stays alive. The count's still the same. He's yet to take a ball in this at-bat. Nothing in 2 to Nathan Humphreys. YD back at home after what ended up being a road trip due to the cancellations. Is the 0-2. He went around. That's strike 3. An ugly swing from Nathan Humphreys. And continuing to deal, Leighton Finley goes 6 up, 6 down, as he will continue to try and earn this save for YD. It'll be the final chance for some insurance in the home half of the 8th at the plate for the Red Sox when we come back. You're watching YD Baseball on the Cape League broadcast.
For the Red Sox, left fielder out of Gonzaga.
Bottom of the 8th inning from Red Wilson Field. Top of the order for YD, leading off. Enzo Apodaca's 1 for 3, reaching bases last 2 times up. Red Sox trailed in this game 1-0 after 1 inning, had it tied at 1 apiece after 2. First pitch is a strike to Apodaca. They took the lead in the 4th with a pair and have held the lead since. 0-1 to Apodaca. Takes outside. It's a ball and a strike. Kick and deal. And Apodaca bumps it up in the air and foul, and it's 1-2. Falmouth will bring the 9-1-2 hitters in the order up to the plate. Still trying to figure out Leighton Finley. 1-2. This ball hit well up the right field line, and that will drop and get to the wall. Apodaca rounding first. He's headed for second, and he will stop there. It's a leadoff double for Enzo Apodaca in the bottom of the 8th.
That might be one of the best hit balls we've seen off the bat of Apodaca all year. It was absolutely crushed off the line, a straight line out towards the corner. Really nice piece of hitting to lead things off in the bottom of the 8th.
So a man in scoring position for Theo Hardy. Excuse me. Hardy is hitless, 0 for 2. Sacrificed himself his last time up. And he will try to do the same here. A bunt up the third base side, racing into Barge, throws to first, and it's in time. Another good play by the Falmouth third baseman. He has been tested on some of those slow rollers. But Hardy will sacrifice for the second straight plate appearance, and that brings in Hunter Hines, who has already hit a sacrifice fly in this game, trying to add on to a 31 RBI tally. He's 1 for 3, a chance for another sac fly here. Breaking ball falls right down the heart for strike one. Some ooze on a pitch that had very little velocity on it, but a lot of vertical break. Jammed out towards left center field. That's down for a base hit. Cut off before it reaches the wall by Humphreys. Thought it might split the gap, but it does the job for Hunter Hines. An RBI single scores Enzo Apodaca, and the Red Sox get an insurance run at 7-4.
A nice day from Hines now. 2 hits, an RBI sac fly as Ryan Jackson comes in to replace him.
Into the game, pinch running out of USC number 6, Ryan Jackson.
Seen this is pretty common during Hines' final at bat as a DH. First pitch is a ball low to Brady Day. Jackson, not a big base stealer, but a guy that carries speed if the ball gets put in play. There's a strike on the outer corner. 1-1 to Brady Day. Seed over to first from Moore. Ball and a strike today. Outfield playing a little bit shallower than normal. Still pretty deep out there. Ball misses outside. It's customary, though, to just see the outfielders play so deep here at Red Wilson because of how small the outfield is and how much simpler it is to cover all that ground. So there's a throw back to first. You can afford to play a little deeper because when you're playing next to the wall here, it's almost like you're playing at mid-outfield depth in some other ballparks. Moore continues to play catch with his first baseman, Luke Kamen. Two-1 is cracked in the air to right. Tracy got a delayed read on it, but racing back, he makes the catch. Backpedaling for out number 2. Day back to the dugout, and Jackson returns to first. 2 gone for Xander Darby, who was retired for the first time all day in his last at-bat. He has blasted a home run in this one, also a single, and has scored 2 runs. YD with 11 hits, and Darby takes the ball at the shoulders.
First time YD has been double digits in the hits column in a long time.
1-0 hits him. Third hit batter of the game for the YD lineup. And that puts him on first and second with 2 away. Paxton Kling will be the batter. The speedy Ryan Jackson moves into scoring position now for YD. Red Sox have not had 10 or more hits since July 11th, 5 days ago, and the 6-2 win against Harwich. Back pick over to first is close, but runner is back in time. That was the last home game for the Red Sox. Had a brief road trip that was not intended to be a road trip, but ended up becoming one due to the rain cancellation. Kling way out in front of the 1-0 offering. Count evens at 1-1. Ball and a strike to the LSU Tiger. And he takes down and away for ball 2. He's driven in 2 runs this season. Prime time to do some more damage here for YD, already leading by 3. Bullpen is empty, so it's going to be a save opportunity for Leighton Finley coming up in the 9th. That ball nearly hits him. And Moore struggling with his command here to a second straight batter after hitting Darby. He's behind in the count on Kling, 3-1. Doug Gleed on deck for YD. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Kling shaking his head as he steps across the plate. And the count is full. Runners get a head start. Three balls, 2 strikes. And pitch. Swing and a miss. Brought the breaking ball low. And that ends the inning. So YD strands a pair, but they get a run back as Enzo Apodaca has scored, and Hunter Hines collects his 2nd RBI of the day. We head to the 9th here from Red Wilson Field. It'll be a save chance for Leighton Finley as YD tries to hold on to a 7-4 lead. You're watching Red Sox baseball on the Cape League.
Commodores, number 33 out of Northwestern University.
Top of the 9th inning, and it's a pinch hitter to start things off for Falmouth as Tyler McGregor out of Northeastern will hit for Tab Tracy, who finishes the day 0 for 3. Red Sox are looking to slam the door, and Leighton Finley's first pitch is a strike on the lower part of the zone. Finley has been dealing. He's faced 6 hitters, retired all of them, 3 of them on the strikeout. McGregor is a .303 hitter here for the Commodores this season. And he takes ball 1 low and in. Out of Northeastern. Graduate student from Peabody, Massachusetts. 1-1 pitch. High and tight. 2 balls and a strike. Previously played for Columbia in the Ivy League. He has played against YD already this season. Heading the count 2-1. YD shifted with 3 on the right side. And the pitch rides in for ball 3. YD bullpen doesn't have anybody warming up. So the 3-1 comes in. Lifted out high in the air towards left field. Coming around it, Vieira is there to make the catch. 1 out. Had the green light at 3-1, just got underneath it, and Falmouth down to their final 2 outs. Fortunately for the Commodores, it'll flip it back to the top of their order. And John Spikerman has been swinging a tremendously hot bat in this game. He's 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a home run. Long hold from Leighton Finley. Pitch is right down the middle of the plate for strike 1. Spikerman came in hitting .223. Average a little lower than some of the other guys in the lineup, especially for being their leadoff hitter, but shown plenty of that contact and some power today. Takes ball 1 down low. Finley trying to complete the perfect 9-out save, going 9 up, 9 down. There's a strike on the outer corner. 1-2 to Spikerman. Take a second. Red Sox move their shortstop, Theo Hardy, a little more towards the push side as the 1-2 comes in, and it skips away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. YD trying to stay hot here at home and snap the 3-game losing streak. Pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the Commodores are down to their final out. 4th strikeout for Leighton Finley, who's seen just 8 batters. That's all he's needed to fan 4. Travis Bazzana, the final hope for the Commodores. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI, a walk, and a single, all coming in 3 separate plate appearances. Commodores would need at least 3 to send this game to an extra inning. Check swings at the first offering, appeal to third. Jeffrey Merzell says he did go around. So Bazzana down 0-1. Finley from the wide. Bouncer up the middle, off the mound, held by Hardy. The throw to first is in time, and the ball game is over. YD snaps a 3-game losing streak with a nice, comfortable 7-4 win against the Falmouth Commodores in cross-divisional play, as the Red Sox get back to their winning ways that we saw from them earlier this season, and YD improves to 16-12-1 on the season, and with a Harwich loss, if their result holds, could continue to build some distance between them and the rest of the East Division. Perri, this was a pretty comfortable win for YD. They led most of the way after that first couple of innings. Pitching did its part, hitting did its part. This felt a lot more like what we saw from this team when they were winning a lot of games. Good to see that they've gotten back to that after getting away from their identity a bit over this last week.
This was really huge to see, and there were a couple contributors that have been quiet as of late that came back today in a storming fashion, most notably Enzo Apodaca in the leadoff spot. He's been one of the hotter bats in the YD lineup. Haven't seen him in the lineup as much the last week, and today he came out, had some really important hits. Hunter Hines broke his kind of cold streak of sorts. He had a couple of base hits, had an RBI, sac fly to go along with it. Up and down the lineup, there were hits, 11 of them total for YD, and those 3 errors in the field did not happen to impact the game, luckily enough. And today, just like that last out, a couple of things went YD's way that it felt like lately more and more just haven't been going their way. So this was a quality team win overall. Pitching got it. Leighton Finley coming in, showing exactly why he got the all-star nod today. I mean, he had a perfect save, as you said, and finished up that last inning very, very quickly. So this was a great overall win to break that losing streak, continue their hot streak at home, and now they head on the road tomorrow at Harwich, a team that they have beaten a couple of times this season already with this momentum.
Red Sox will be back in action tomorrow, as Perri said, against the Harwich Mariners. 6:30 start tomorrow from White House Field. Final line score in this one: Red Sox go 7 runs off 11 hits, 3 errors, and 11 left. Falmouth, 4 runs off 6 hits, no errors, and 7 left. Winning pitcher in this one was Jackson Kent. The Arizona Wildcat picks up the victory. The losing pitcher, Ryan McCarroll, as the starter, wears the decision for Falmouth. Leighton Finley picks up the 9-out save. He faced 9 batters, retired them all, and slammed the door as YD got back to their winning ways here tonight. That'll wrap things up from Red Wilson Field. We'll see you tomorrow, 6:30 start between the Red Sox and the Harwich Mariners, and we hope you'll tune in then. So for our producer, Anna Tedeschi, my partner, Perri, Kitei, our entire crew here at the Red Sox, my name is Luke West Poley saying so long. Red Sox win it here